Okay, I have something interesting to share with you today. And as you might imagine, we need a deck of cards to do it. Imagine that. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and just mix the cards so that no one knows where anything is here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to deal out, I think it's 4 piles of 8 cards each. Okay, and a good way to get an even number of cards actually is to use the Klondike shuffle. And I've done that before. This is where you take the top and bottom cards off as one. Because what it does is it puts out the cards in pairs. So that guarantees that when you're done, you actually have an even number of cards. So it's just kind of useful little shuffle for that reason. Okay, so I believe we should have 8 in each. Okay, so let's just straighten these up here and just make sure they're kind of in camera view. It looks like they are. Now, why don't we go ahead and just kind of mix these because I really want it to be the case that no one knows where anything is. Okay, maybe we'll do an up jog here. Strip those out. Okay, very good. Let's see, why don't we do a Klondike here? I know that we've done one already, but it doesn't hurt to do another one. There you go. And we can even do what's called a ferrule shuffle. Have you seen this before? So this is where you break the packet exactly in half, and then you just perfectly interlace them. That's a ferrule shuffle. Okay, now I need you to help me a little bit further with just randomizing these cards. So I need you to randomly choose any card name whatsoever. Okay, so any of the 52 cards. Now, of course, you're not here. So maybe I'll just, of the cards that are remaining, I'll just kind of choose one here. Okay, Jack of Hearts. Okay, very good. Jackofhearts. I think I spelled Jack of Hearts correctly. Okay, why don't we come up with another random one for this one here. Looks like it's a 6 of clubs. Sixofclu. A BS. 6 of clubs. Okay. And we'll just kind of randomly mix. Oh, there's a 10 of spades. TENOFSPA. DES. 10 of spades. And then let's just come up with another random one here. 10 of hearts. Ooh, that's kind of nice. TENOFHEA. RTS. Okay, wow, that's great. Okay, so I think you'd have to agree these cards are well mixed here. Now, I need you to tell me which pile to pick up first. Far right, okay. Top center, okay. Bottom, okay, and then the left one. Okay, very, very good. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just deal out the cards, kind of flipping over every other one. Okay, there we go. You probably have seen this kind of thing done before, right? It's kind of a fun way to go through the cards and kind of discard certain ones that you don't want. And I guess that one goes there, right? Okay, so we did a up, down. So maybe we'll do a down, up this time. If I can get my brain in gear, my brain switching gears, I should say. Okay, and then why don't we do up, down again? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, very good. Okay, so we have these 4 cards right here. Let me just lay them out here so we can kind of clearly see those. I would have to say that none of us should have any idea as to what these cards are. Okay, so let me just see if I can get a feel for what they might be after all of that crazy mixing. Oh, that's weird. I'm feeling, well, I didn't see any aces come up, but this one here is feeling like the ace of clubs to me. Oh, check that out. It's the ace of clubs. Okay, what about the others? Are they kings or what are these other ones here? Oh boy, I can't believe it. This one here is feeling like another ace. Let's see which one. Red. It's expensive. No, it's not expensive. Oh, ace of hearts. There we go. Okay, what are these? There's no way these are aces as well. I mean, surely. Oh man, this one here. Oh, that is a spade for sure. What's the value? Oh, I think it's an ace as well. Ace of spades. There it is. I cannot believe it. You might think that this one is the ace of diamonds. Let's see if I can confirm it before we even turn it face up. Oh yes, I think I would bet my life savings of $2.57 on the claim that this is the ace of diamonds. Oh, it is indeed. I didn't lose my life savings. Oh, good. So that is the effect. Okay, so I'll tell you some of what's going on here and some of the new principles. There's at least one new principle. As far as I know, it's new. Okay, so with this effect, what you need to start with is you just begin with the 4 aces at the bottom. I don't know if you suspected that. And then you just retain those through as many riffle shuffles as you would like. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm just making sure the left hand falls first. Now a good way to do that is break off more than half and then just have these begin falling before these. Okay, and you can do them kind of quickly enough that if you go back and rewind what I did, I'm guessing that for most people they wouldn't know that I was retaining the bottom stock. The real card magicians out there who have been doing it forever would probably catch that. But, so anyway, that's one way. Another way is just to do kind of a fake table wash, right? A table wash, where I know, yeah, the cards I want to preserve are right there. And so, you know, when you gather them up, you just make sure that you don't just upset the order of those bottom cards. So anyway, there's a few ways to kind of retain, you know, a few cards at the bottom. Okay, so like that. Okay, so they're retained. Okay, so what did we do from there? Well, we used the Klondike Shuffle. Well, think about it. The Klondike Shuffle is going to pull off the first ace and put it right there, the second ace, the third ace, and the fourth ace. Okay, and then at this point, we just need to get a total of 8 cards. That's kind of what we're shooting for here, and there's a reason for that, as I'll explain. Okay, I think we need one more set of 2s. We'll double check that. Yeah, so I think we have 4 in each. Okay, so just realize the aces are at the bottom. Okay, that's kind of important. Okay, and then what I did was I did a number of shuffles that have fixed points. Fixed points, namely the bottom card. The bottom card is a fixed point. Okay, so the first one I did, at least for an even-sized packet, this is a fixed point. It's a mange under over. So if you push this card over into your other hand and then go under, over, under, over, under, over. Remember what this is, and that goes under. Okay, so that hasn't gone anywhere. This one here, I did an even up jog. Okay, even up jog. Okay, so right there, that is the ace. Okay, so you strip these out like that, and you stack the odd position cards on top of the even. Okay, so that leaves the ace there. It hasn't gone anywhere. And then, oh, just as standard Klondike, a Klondike Shuffle always has the bottom card for any size packet, even or odd, as a fixed point, so it doesn't go anywhere. Now, the other cards are moving around. That's the important thing, and that's probably what the spectator's thinking. And they're right. The cards are being moved around, except for the bottom card. It's being returned to where it was. And then I did a pharaoh. Well, you just have to do the right pharaoh, the correct pharaoh. So we want this one to stay there. So I just start above over here. And technically, this is a pharaoh shuffle. They come in 2 varieties, an in and an out. Okay. So if you perform the right one there, we haven't heard anything. Okay. Now, if you remember what we did next, this is a new element. I have talked about it on my channel. This newer idea, I call it a hyper coat. Well, coding, coat stands for count out and transfer. Okay, so that's a name that I borrow, but I put the hyper code on the front. And it's because what we're going to do is we're going to count out all of the cards 100% up to 200%, but no more than 200% of the cards. Okay, so if there's 8 cards in each, and if I spell out any card name, and card names have letters between 10 and 15, okay, so that's going to go through these packets of 8 cards each, but not twice, more than twice. Okay, so really the spectator is free to ask for any card name whatsoever. I mean, that's amazing. So they might say 4 of spades. So you just spell it out. FOUROFSPADES, 4 of spades. Hypercoat has the bottom card as a fixed point, so it doesn't change it. 2 of diamonds. TWOOFDIAMONDS. Okay, Hypercoat has the bottom card as a fixed point. Over here, King of Clubs. Okay, KINGOFCLUBS. There you go. The ace returns to where it was. Man, I'm not keeping these centered, am I? And then they might say 7 of spades or something. SEVENOFSPADES. Okay, and that ace is returned to where it was. Okay, so that's the important thing. After all of that supposed mixing, the aces haven't moved from where they were. So right now the aces are at the bottom of packets of size 8. Now if you randomly stack these, okay, and this is true, you can randomly stack these, it won't hurt anything. Now here, I do talk about it elsewhere on my channel, so here I'll just state it as a mathematical fact, which it is, but with 7 cards, see there's 7 cards, let me just show that. There's 7 cards between the aces, 7 down here below that ace, 7 between these aces, and so forth. Okay. Now when you have that number of cards, namely it's 1 less than a power of 2, so we could have had 3 cards between and things would work out, or 7 or 15 and so forth. But 7's a good number, so you're not dealing forever. So what will happen is, if I do a flip, down, 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 what will happen is those aces stay in this other packet. They don't rise to the top, okay? And more importantly, well, all of this is important, but what has happened now is it's gone from having 7 cards between the aces to 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3 below that one. So what that means now is if we deal it out kind of in a similar way, we can still protect the aces, okay? But what has happened now is, instead of like 3 cards being on top of the ace is on top. That's different from what we had. Before we had 7 cards at the very top followed by an ace. We had 7 cards up here. Now we have 0. So what it means is you have to reverse what you're doing. So now we'll do down, flip, down, flip, down, flip, instead of flip down, right? Down, flip, down, flip, down, flip, down, flip, down, flip. Okay, now it's easy to remember in some ways because now we go back to the previous way of dealing. Okay, so you're just alternating those. You're doing flip down for the first round and then down flip, and now we're going to go back to flip down. Okay, and you can see why you would do that because now we have 1 card above the ace and then 1 card in between the aces. Okay, and so now we can go flip down, flip down, flip down, flip down. Okay. And then the very last part, I don't know if I don't think I'll tell you exactly how I did that, but there's a lot of ways of doing this. How did I know which is which? Okay, especially since the spectator, well, think about all the mixing we did, but the spectator was deciding how to stack those at the very beginning, those packets of 8. Now, I suppose a person could maybe keep track of that throughout all of this, but I think that would overload most people's brains, and it's not what I did. Okay, well, thank you for watching, and I encourage you to take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.